This is Dr. Gary Cohn. Just a little bit about me. I'm in private practice. My doctorate is in energy medicine, and I have a diploma in energy psychology from the Association of Comprehensive Energy Psychologists, and I'm also a licensed clinician in mental health. I've been interested in Rife frequencies for many years, but never found a product that I felt was would deliver the frequencies as the originals were delivered. And it wasn't until early 2017 that I heard about Spooky2 from a chiropractor friend of mine, and then in late 2017 I purchased a couple of generators, XM generators, and my interest at the time was basically for myself, in that I had some severe heart arrhythmia. My heart would just run wild and keep me awake. I couldn't sleep, and I wanted relief, but I didn't want to use medications to control that. So I was willing to give the Spooky2 a chance. And so I would say about after I got the two generators and I put myself on the remote, I would say within a week to 2 weeks, I began to see some change, meaning I had less episodes, and if I did have an episode, it wasn't of as long of a duration. So I continued to keep myself on the remote for that condition, and I would say after 6 weeks, it was pretty much eliminated. I didn't have those episodes anymore, and it's been 2 years. Occasionally I have an episode, and since then I purchased the Spooky Control, and if I have an episode, I'll put myself on the plasma tube for that condition, and it usually it eliminates it very quickly, and so I'm very happy with the results. My partner had severe Gall Bladder issues, and so we put him on the Spooky Remote. He had lost 35 pounds and was in severe pain most of the time, and was prolonging the surgery, which the doctor told him he needed to do. We took him to the emergency room because he was in such severe pain, and we were on vacation at the time, and when we came home, we put him on the remote, and in a week there was a gallstone in one of the tubes leading from the gallbladder that eliminated the fluid, where the fluid flowed out, and there was a stone in that duct blocking the fluid, and that was causing the pain. And so within a week the stone was eliminated, and he hasn't had any trouble like that since. I had a client who had neuropathy of the arms and hands. He would they would burn at night. When he went to bed to go to sleep, he couldn't sleep because of the burning sensation in his arms and hands, and so we put him on the remote. And also by that time I had the Spooky Control, and we put him on the plasma tube for, I think it was like 6 sessions, and that eliminated his neuropathy in his arms and his hands. Also had a lady who had hip issues. It was difficult for her to walk, to get up, to get down, very painful for her, and so we put her on both the Spooky Control with the plasma and Spooky Remote, and I would say it took about 6 weeks, and the pain began to decrease within a week, but within 6 weeks she had no pain at all, and that pain has not returned. I also had a client who did the 11-day detox, the terrain, and she just wanted to do a detox for health. She was healthy pretty well, but she had skin issues. Her skin was not clear, and she was amazed, and so was I, at how beautiful her skin was after that detox. It just completely cleared up and was just clear. I also had a client who had cataracts, 4-stage cataracts. Her ophthalmologist suggested that she have those surgically removed, and she wanted to try the Spooky equipment. And so we put her on a series of 5 treatments for the plasma tube, and as well as on the remote. And in about 4 weeks, those cataracts were completely gone. She went back to the doctor just to verify that, and one eye there was no sign of cataracts, and the other had just a little bit left. And she continued to. She came back, and we did some more treatments, and now that eye is clear as well. I had a client who had fallen on their bicycle and hurt their knee and shoulder. The doctor said that he had a torn rotator cuff, and he had not a lot of movement in that arm. So we put him both on the plasma tube. I think we did about 6 sessions on the plasma tube, and also put him on the remote. And within about 3 weeks, he had full movement of his arm, and he didn't have any pain. And the miracle, I think, for him was his knee. His knee had been hurting for quite some times, and especially when he drove, and he lived in a 2-story house, and was difficult for him to go up and down the stairs because of his knee hurt. And in the process of treating his injury from the fall, the knee completely, he described it as there was like a band of energy that started above his kneecap and moved through his kneecap and then below. It took about 2 hours for that to occur. And he said the pain was pretty severe, but when it moved below the kneecap, he had no pain in his knee, and he just had the sense that his knee was completely well. And it's been probably a year since that occurred, and he has had no difficulty in driving, and he just thinks that's a miracle. I didn't say I have 42 XM generators. I have 2 Generator X, and I have the Spooky Scalar. So I do a tremendous amount of biofeedback for people, and then when we do the feedback, then we begin to the protocol is I do the terrain, the detox first, and then I put them on the remote with the protocol from the biofeedback, the frequencies that were identified by the biofeedback. And then we run that for approximately a month, and then we do another biofeedback and continue on in that way. And if there's an indication of using a contact method, then we'll supplement the biofeedback program with the plasma tube or one of the other contact devices that seems appropriate for that particular condition. So I'm totally pleased with and amazed at what the Spooky equipment will do, and I just appreciate so much John White for having created that, and all the people who have worked to put it together and make it what it is. It's a great system. It's easy to use. and the support is great. If I've had any problem with anything, I've got great help from Spooky support system in helping me with those issues. It's easy to order, and it comes quickly. So I'm extremely pleased with the product.